Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is Kimberly Sanders and my dear Yarrow Dankert. We are here to bring you into a portal of healing and wellness and opportunities to bring the greatest version of yourself alive. It's so amazing to be able to work hand in hand with some of the most talented and well-versed people on the planet that know about regenerative health. They know about herbalism. They know about all these things. And that is my co-host here. She has been on a mission basically her whole life, finding the good things in the world to help people really take their sovereignty back, including myself. She's helping me as well. I'm so excited that I get to have Yarrow helping me with my eyes and body. And after 30 years of being plant-based and really taking so many amazing things throughout my life to help my body bring back its homeostasis as well, I now have an ally that's even more dialed than what I've been looking for the last 20 years. So we're here to expose something really special that we've both found, this really beautiful company called Purium. The owner always says pure and premium makes Purium. And so we love to share what this is all about. And so without further ado, I'd love to introduce my Yarrow. You know, her and I met up in Evergreen when we were young, and we've been on a similar path of all the things that we love. And so I'd love for you to share with all of us, where were you before Purium, and then what has transcribed and like happened for you since you've had this magical food come into your life. And really, I'd love to even talk about some of the things that people that you've been helping and things like that too. So welcome.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. Where was I before Purium? I was on a mission to find the best things, help the most people, figure out the very best of the best. And actually, right before Purium, we were in COVID lockdowns, and I was feeling pretty pretty separate, pretty kind of lonesome on a really deep level. And I had a few years previous closed my health food store, and also been mothering and having children, and that whole season of my life was going on. And so, and I still, of course, am raising children, but my youngest is now just about to turn 14. And so it's changing the perspective and definitely changing all the energy in my world. And I was getting to the place where I was having more time for myself and getting to really look at what closing my store had meant for me. Um, at the time when I closed down, I was super busy and just was able to bury myself in being a mom and being a housekeeper and doing all of the things that I do and running my Airbnb and just keeping the rest of my life going. And I didn't really realize what a big toll it had taken on me to feel like I'm a pretty type A personality and kind of go, go, go all the time and pretty used to doing things the right way. A bit of perfectionism is going on in my world. So I was able to just do other things and distract myself from the real failure that I felt about having to close my store. And I I think I was in a time of growth. Part of what happened with the lockdowns was that we were all kind of forced to go inside and see what was going on with us on the inside, and then in the bigger picture of what's going on with the Mother Earth and spirituality and Akashic records and whatever, all of this unbelievable heavy karma that we're all here on the planet to really deal with right now in this very special and interesting time that is that's happening right as we speak. So when Kimberly found me on Facebook and we got to be reintroduced after many, many years just not knowing each other. We went to elementary school together, and we were besties and we totally loved each other, and then we were not anymore. And I think Kimberly switched schools, and then I switched schools shortly thereafter and started being bussed down into the city to go to an alternative school, and we just lost track of each other. And so being reintroduced during the beginning of the lockdowns was really special for me. I think I was struggling a bit. And Kimberly said she had this amazing thing for me to try, this new program, this kit of superfoods. And she didn't even have to explain it to me. I was totally open to trying all things every time. Definitely interested in health my whole entire life, wanted to know about superfoods. I was down to try whatever. I had tried so many things in having my health food store. And so right away ordered and got started. And within 3 days, my husband was like, "What are you doing?" Like, my energy levels are through the roof. I was really feeling happy. It just lifted a kind of a heavy blanket off of me to start on the ultimate lifestyle transformation. And he right away wanted me to order him one too. Of course, we got him started, and then pretty much since then, and actually a little bit before when I had my health food store for sure, but definitely since then, it reopened that part of me that likes to be always cleansing and trying new things and being turned back on to really helping other people get well. And when I had my store, I was doing juice fast counseling and seeing people as a herbalist, clients continuously filling out intake forms and helping them see what the problem was and then what's the best way to treat it and get better and come out of that. And then I think I kind of went on hold with doing all of that when the health food store closed down. So now I have since then gone back to school and have graduated with a regenerative healthcare certificate, which is really wonderful, has done great things for my confidence, and has also just opened the door for me to be seeing a lot of clients again, inviting people into my world, and really seeing the way the body is functioning and how to get to the root cause. Regenerative health gave me a bit of a new perspective on all of the things that I knew before. I've been studying as a herbalist since I was 21. My 21st birthday was just a few days after I started herbology school. And I'd been seeing clients since then. And I went to massage therapy school before that. And it just is a totally different twist now. It's a new world and a much more effective way to see clients, and having these superfoods as the core nutrition allows me to get to the root cause so much faster and go so much deeper, so much more quickly. I think one of the main differences between what I was doing before and what I'm doing now is that I would be treating a person before, and now we're really not focused on treating. We're actually reversing illness, disease, and that's super exciting and makes me feel really, really great to be able to be doing that and changing my own life and other people's lives, and really opening the door for health in a different way.
Yes, you've been helping many, many people, and we're so grateful to have you on our team. And that's the whole thing is, Yarrow is this person that gets to lead people into a whole new lifestyle transformation. And so this is the best ever. I know that you help people with mold. Like, what are some of the things that you have been pinpointing that you've noticed changes in people's health and wellness?
Well, there are so many things going on in the body, and it's really important not to make any claims or talk about any diagnoses. So, what happens for me is that I deal with people who are having any kind of cellular dysfunction. Our whole entire body, we have 75 trillion cells. I am a 75 trillion celled being. So is Kimberly. So are all of you. And we on top of those 75 trillion cells that make up me, there is a whole biome of bacteria and pathogens and living critters that also make up me, more of me than me. We're more bacteria than we are human DNA. And so, as the Earth is progressing right now, we're getting our biomes are getting way out of balance. And basically, I am working to find the root of each person's ailment, because all of our bodies function differently. We're all special. We have a special fingerprint. We also have a special microbiome. I am only myself, and I came into the world with a special constitution, and I came with some things that are passed down ancestrally and also genetically, and you can have genetic weaknesses, and maybe you and I are both exposed to the same pathogen, and it might affect us each in a totally different way, because I have inherent weaknesses and you have inherent weaknesses as well, and they're often not the same. So what I'm doing is finding out what the root cause is of your particular ailment, and then figuring out a way to actually biohack the body. And what I mean by biohack is like a lot of what I will suggest is to change your diet and go to eating mostly fruit, which is antiseptic, and shifting things around so that we can alkalize the entire system and get to a place where the cells will actually begin to regenerate themselves. But sometimes that's too hard for people, and you have parasites, and the parasites make you feel irritated and aggravated and crave certain foods, and they make it too hard to just wake up one day and go like, okay, today I'm going to eat all plant-based, and I'm going to eat fruit until 2, and then I'm just going to eat salad for the next month and a half. And instead of doing that, we have all these biohacks that can hack your biology to make the stuff happen that needs to happen without you having to really try really hard. And once it's great to be able to get started in that way, and you can introduce this micronutrient, macronutrient, superfood saturation from Purium. I often use that as my first step of when we're getting started, because it makes it so that you don't have the cravings. It fills all the receptors, it fills all the holes, so that every time that a cell reaches out in the body for a specific nutrient or vitamin that it needs to complete its process in the body, it's there. It's totally bioavailable. It's all whole food based. It's coming from regenerative soil. It's watered with filtered water. It is undergone like all of these detoxification testings to make sure that there aren't any bacteria and pathogens and environmental toxins and PCBs and VOCs and all of the acronyms. None of that stuff is in any of these products. And so we're starting with the cleanest product available. And once you saturate the cells with all the micro and macronutrients that they need, it makes it so much easier. Some of the symptoms and the diagnoses start to fall away, so that you can then really focus on what you're doing. And I then use these 5 or 6 biohacks that I have in my toolbox to offer the person, a client, that particular thing to get your cells to communicate better with each other, which can open up the pathways for abnormal cells to kill themselves, which is what we want them to do, and for the normal body processes to happen. Our bodies are so intelligent, and they'll move through everything if we give them the right tools to be able to do so. And that's what's really been great for me to learn with regenerative health, is that I'm able to see how to help the body on its own pathway to wellness, to reversing illness and disease, so that there doesn't have to be so much pain, so much aggravation, so much suffering. Carrie Drinkwine, who was my instructor and is still the instructor of the Institute of Regenerative Health, says that the mission is that humans don't need to suffer. Suffering is optional. That if you're in a place where you are suffering, there is absolutely a way to get out. And one of the things that happens is with these superfoods is that we're detoxing glyphosate. So that's a big picture. Yeah. That is, glyphosate is a poison, straight up poison, that's being sprayed on almost all of the agriculture these days. And one of the really main pieces that Purium products do, one of their patented products, Biomedic, will remove 74% of glyphosate from the body in a 6-week test. By removing glyphosate, you're opening the body up to be able to absorb the nutrients that you're taking in. You're healing the gut and starting to heal up all the tight junctions that make us have leaky gut. And leaky gut ultimately leads to many, many, many of the autoimmune diseases that are on the rise these days, including dementia, Alzheimer's, autism, ADHD, and Crohn's and Hashimoto's and lupus, and on with the diagnoses of autoimmunity. But what autoimmune means is that the body is beginning to attack itself. So glyphosate goes in and is able to change the cellular structure so much that the body doesn't even recognize its own cells and will begin to attack itself. And it also, the eating the holes in the gut and making the tight junctions so they're not sealed up, makes it so we can't absorb minerals we need for every function in our body. And they have such a big role in our nervous system. So then we're also feeling the way we feel is our emotions have a huge role in all of that as well. So increasing the absorbability of all these nutrients is huge. After you open up the way the cells communicate with each other and the way they absorb these amazing superfoods, it just starts to change everything. And from there, we do these few things. Maybe you're on a program for 90 days. Maybe it's 6 months, depends on what you have going on. Sometimes we go 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, very rarely a year. Do you need a year? And you change your whole entire life. And one of the really great things is that you're making like the last 10 years of your life where you're going to actually be living. You'll be living for those 10 years, and you won't be in pain, and you won't be inflamed, and you won't be forgetting everything. And partly you're taking care of yourself now so that you can live the end of your life a lot happier and better. It's worth it, huh?
It's so worth it. Thank you for such eloquence in what you just shared. And so, if this replay was sent to you, or if you're watching now and anything really resonated with you, then get a hold of Yarrow, get a hold of the person that brought this to you, and know that we have a really special path for you to ease your way into self-care practices and the most incredible experiences that you can really tune into your body's own intelligence. And when we start removing all of these poisons, we come back into homeostasis and we get to have our sovereignty back. And that is what the planet needs right now. We have a lot of depression, a lot of confusion, people that are just not really owning themselves in the life that we get to have this one life. So we get to help each other own the lives that we're here to live with so much grace and so much ease, and the ability to help so many people. So thank you, Yarrow, for everything that you've shared. And I'm really excited to see who this resonates with, because it's very specific people. We want people that really want to take full responsibility. Like Yarrow lays it all out, and then it's our choice to be able to take that and run with it and really be amazing with ourselves. So I thank you. I bow to you. I'm so honored that we get to do this together. And I love you. Have a beautiful day. Get back to Yarrow. Talk to you all soon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything else?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Bless you all. Bye.
Yeah.